Alrighty, good morning, back at it again. So today I'm going to pull apart this door. It's a 2008 Lexus LX570. Should be the same for the Land Cruiser, not 100%. But the issue is the door lock on this side doesn't actuate anymore. So we're going to take it apart. If you don't have one of these little interior clips and toolkit, it'd be nice to get. You could use screwdrivers, but these guys help prevent you from jacking up your stuff, like scratching up things. So we'll start out first by taking this little cover off. There's a screw behind here. If you have this, you can shove it behind near the door lock area. Okay, and just kind of pop it. Pop it, poppity pop. Come on, baby. Let's see. It should pop. Pull the door handle back. There we go. Just clips on there. All right, and then we got a little screw right there. Get our screw gun out. These are nice to have too. But if not, you could just use a regular Phillips screwdriver. Set that off somewhere to the side. I put mine on the seat. And then there should be another one underneath here. Most doors are going to be that way. They have a screw here, screw underneath here, and then most of it's pop clips. So we're going to go underneath. Let me see if I can get a thinner one. This one's pretty thin, a little bit dirty, but you could sneak under there and pick it up. So I'm just putting this thin plastic pry tool right underneath there and just kind of popping it up. And then there's that. Doesn't look like we have. Oh yeah, we do. We have one. Let me get in the right position, guys. Sorry. We have one screw right in there. Okay, so that one don't need to come off. I don't see any other ones there, but this guy, we'll go ahead and remove this. There's a push right there. Unclip it, set that off to the side. Let's get our screw gun in there. Alright. Don't lose that screw. Alright, so we got those two screws off. The rest should just be pop clips. If you look back in here, there's like this little indentation. There's a gap right below that you can just kind of pull on. You hear the first pop there. See if we can get the bottom one here. There we go. See, now we got that loose. There we go. I just use my fingers and hands. You know, it doesn't feel super good, but if you're tough enough, then you can handle it. If not, you can also use like one of those plastic pry tools, or maybe even a screwdriver. Just caution you with the screwdriver. If you do choose to use a screwdriver, you know, you're gonna scratch up more than likely the edges or your panel, but you know, do what you want to do. It's your car. Another one. So I'm just going through and kind of popping, you know, going through and popping here and here all along the bottom there until I can get it out. So it looks like I got the whole panel pretty loose, then usually they just kind of lift up and out. So I grabbed onto the door handle and to the side here, and then just went upward. There might be another pop clip here. There should be, actually. Let me get another pry tool. See if we can use this guy to get in there. Yep, went in there. You see the little pop tabs that just push in there. Came out pretty easy, and that'll help give us some room to do our thing. And there it is. Door panel removed. Okay, then we got the cables. Cables are for the door handle. Those are what actuate for the motor. So we're going to pop those guys off. Let's see what else we have here. Looks like we have a couple little electric. There's another push tab on those. Just pull it out. It's kind of hard to show it, but it's right there at the top. Right, so you just kind of get your finger in there and do that. Should be the same on this guy. Pressing, pulling. All right, and then these tabs here, cables go up, and then there's the slot right there. Takes that out. Same thing up, and the slot and out. And then, oh, come on, Lexus, we got this light at the bottom, and this is way down there. Should have popped that first, sorry. There we go. All right, sometimes if those things are under tension, let's put this door panel off to the side. Let me show you. If this connector is already being pulled on under tension by the whatever it's connected to, right, like, then these clips won't release. It's really tough to. So I had to relieve some tension and push them back in, and then press on that little guy right there, and it slid right out. So usually force doesn't help, doesn't make it any easier. Alrighty, so we got that taken apart. Now we're going to take off this cover here to get to the door lock actuator. It's inside here. Should be another screw right there. Yep. Right in there. Let's pause here. Let me get a more specific tool to get in there. My panel popper. So I can get inside there. There's this white one right here. There's another one down there. I'm trying not to have these break on me. Yes, we popped it out. Cool. So I was able to get between the plastic panel and get way in there. The panel itself and the tab, and kind of pry up against the metal of the door. There it goes. Same thing I did just on the upper part, and I got real specific with that. Same thing here between the panel and the door. Pry it. Now these ones, oh man, no screwdriver. It's really tough. You can order this whole kit. I think I got on Amazon for maybe 20 bucks. It's worth it. It'll make life a lot easier and keep you from breaking stuff. So then there's another one right there. So we got, looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then even 5. One more up here. So I'm gonna just go to the next one. Just try to do the same thing. Do a little panel popping. Of course, this one has a wire right in the way. Got that one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Last one up top, top. right here. Well, bam. Whew. Crisis avoided. And then these last two here. 1, 2. These went into the side of the panel. Right there and there. Like a slot. So they kind of went into the side of the door. So they came straight out like that after these other ones were popped. Alrighty. Alright, we got a new door actuator here from Asen. This is the factory brand. I didn't buy the door actuator straight through Lexus, even though this is what they're going to supply you, because this is pretty much OEM for them. I didn't feel like paying $400 or something crazy. And there's cheaper ones than this. This was only like 127, I think, something like that. But this is what Toyota uses pretty much. I was gonna get a super cheapie for like 30 bucks, 40 bucks, whatever it was. But I'm planning to keep the car, and I don't really want to pop this door panel open again. Not saying that those cheaper parts aren't gonna last as long as this one, but this is supposed to be factory, so I'm gonna use this one because this one's already 17 years old and it just failed. So we'll give this a shot here. All right, so let's pull off this actuator. We got these 3 Torx head screws. They're T30. I got my little T30 bit here on my impact driver, but you can use a ratchet or Torx wrenches, whatever you want. They're not on very tight, but I like using this tool because it's faster. So, oops, wrong way. Careful, make sure you know what way you're going. You don't want to strip them. And they don't take much torque at all. I'm barely tapping this gun. So that's it. 3 of those guys. Set them off to the side. And then to reach this thing, now that it's loose, there's this plastic here that's for, you know, sound insulation or whatever, etc. There's no way around saving this really that much. You kind of look like you can pry at this stuff, but it's been on here for 25 years, so you may have to, you know, pull out it that way. You can slice it if you want. I might end up doing that. Just put like a little slicey slice here to keep it a clean cut. So we'll give that a shot. We got one more. We got a clip here. I'm sure that's the one to actuate it. It provides power from the control. So I just pushed this in there. But that did help me kind of get a handle on it. So, okay. So I grabbed it and went down with my hand. Window guide is what's in the way. That's what guides the window, goes all the way down like this. So I can feel it. It's just hitting it. All right, so we got our 10mm wrench here. I got a ratcheting one. Just ratchet it loose. All right, so we removed the bolt completely. And what that's doing is this piece, the window guide runs all the way down, and without the bolt I can push it off to the side since you can't really see. Let's see if I can get an angle on there. Can't really see it, but now it's loose, so I can try to wiggle this actuator out. There we go. Actuator is removed. There's a factory hole. Cool. There she is. So now let's get right to it. Here's the old one, new one. Okay. We got to switch over the cables, looks like. We got our yellow one. Same thing as earlier, they just come straight up and then you move to that slot and it should come right up as well. We'll go right over to this one. Insert it the same way, downward, and move the cable up. Pop it into the slot. Ba-bam. And then the blue one, ooh, that one's inside. Let's take a look at this blue one here. Yeah, that just pries up. Let me get a little pick tool or something here. See if we could pop this. Yep. So I just went inside this little slot here. Got my pick tool and then just twisted it. It's a right angle one. You could probably use a straight one too. Just to pop this guy open. Give us some room. Get that guy going. Let's see. All right. See what other action we need to do here. There we go. Okay. So it's held here with this guy and right here. So there we got 2 points. That there. So I stuck my pick tool in there and kind of pried it up. And then the next one, if you can reach in there and press on this little tab, that'll help release that. Actually, it's not even a press, it's a pull. You gotta pull up. So you get it in there, kind of pull it up. You'll work it through. I have faith in you. Same thing, cable just pops up. And then this one has a different style. See, it's kind of like an L shape. So it just went down and downward and then laterally to the right to go inside the hole. So pop this side, same thing. All right, there we go. I tried to get in there. You could see the pry marks, but eventually I just kind of pried it, gave it a little bit more brute strength to trying to get those clips. And they're still good. They don't break nothing, so it's a little bit of a pain, but you know, pry it, should be fine. All right, now we're gonna stick this down in the hole, the blue cable. Yeah, down in there, and then just lay it down into the into its resting place. Get the blood off the camera. All right, that's in there, and then you just push this guy closed. That's it. Cable swapped over, ready to go back in. All right, when putting the new actuator in, don't forget to put the lever. There's a lever back there for the door handle. Let's see if you can see that. Should be able to see the shadow moving there. Oh, there we go. There's the, trying to get the camera inside there. Let's turn it. See, that lever goes right in this guy right here, the yellow guy. This thing right there. Okay. Don't forget that. And here we go. Back in the hole. Line it back up with this hole here. And of course you're gonna have to do a little wiggle to get this. There we go. So with I put it in like this, and with these top 2 fingers I got the window guide and kind of pushed it out of the way, and then went in like that. And I also use my finger to guide this guy here. So that's where it should rest, because we got our plug right there. And then looks like the 3 holes line up here as well. So we're gonna get our screws now. Let's come back over here. Oh, it doesn't line up. What's going on? Where are you? There we go. I'm just using my right hand to kind of line the holes, and then putting the screws in there, the bolts, just loosely, however we can get them. And then we'll tighten them with the wrench or ratchet or whatever you got. Torx. All right, and sometimes you gotta, you know, wiggle around a little bit to get them to go in there. You definitely don't want to cross thread them where you like got the screw all crooked in there. So now I'm sure I threaded them fairly easily by hand. So I'm just gonna slowly. Now I know my impact gun pretty well. Just a couple little clack clacks is all you really need. That's it. I'm not gonna try to put a Torx gun on it. You can also, with the ratchet, put them. These are T30s, and the this is pretty sensitive metal. You saw how easy it was to take out. So just snug, and that's it. You could always, I mean, if worst came to worst and you really needed to, you could always retighten these, but I wouldn't suggest it. Just get them snug, turn them. I could find the torque specs for you if you want. I'll probably end up adding that to the video. So here we go. Let's go to the reverse. Plug goes back in. Right. Let's get our window guide back in there. You can see the hole. Let's see if I can get a real close shot. But if I line it up just right, you could see the hole right there. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Get the bolt hole lined up with my hand inside, and then just screw it. For mine, I'm kind of grabbing the guide, and I had to like pick up on it a little because it's too low for the bolt to go in there. So now that I got that, we will screw it down with my hand. There we go. And then just tighten it up. Just snuggy snug. I'm already feeling this wrench fight me, and I'm just going a little bit more. Remember, it's just a door guide. This thing weighs like, I don't know, 3 ounces or something. You're gonna get crazy with it. All right, so now we'll put the door panel back together. Reverse, this guy goes next. Remember, we just took this off this way. These two guys here, we're gonna slide into this guy and this guy. I'm just lining it up with the hole here and sliding it in, and you could see, bam bam, that those pop clips are all lining back up with the holes. So then we'll just push them back in, and if you were careful enough and didn't break any like I didn't this time, sometimes you will, you can get these from Toyota. All right, so now we got to get all our plugs back into place like we had before, and our cables. I want to put the cables on because that feels like the right thing to do to support this guy. White on the top, green on the bottom. Bam. Cool, cool. And then we We got our plugs here. Those just got to go back into the, I'll show you the connectors so you can see. All right, those go back in there. Bam, bam. No big deal, not much to see there. Oh, our cable came out. Come on, baby. All right, let's get the cable back in there. Put the plugs back in. Okay. There we go. That little one actually faces inward, but you could just keep rotating it. If you can't really see it, just keep rotating the position. It'll pop in place when you got the right position. All right. So I am just, you see way down there, I'm putting this first pin here, look where my finger is. The one at the bottom, this first one, I'm just lining it up to the hole there, and so on and so forth. See if I can get one down there, and I pushed it in with my knee, get the next one in. All right, I got like 2 popped in there. Make sure you feed this wire too so that doesn't get in the way, and then the light too. The wire for the light is chilling right here, so just make sure you feed that through. Get that in there, okay. And then you can feel that the door is lined up, and I'll just push on the pop clips. If the clips do fall out, they just go in from the side. I'm going to demonstrate with this one. This little edge right here, just slide it in. All right, cool. All right, back at it. Forgot to add, let's add this. Okay, so when you put the panel back on, steps of reverse, this thing kind of goes on top like that, so I'm pushing it towards the glass, and then it'll kind of hang between the glass and the metal door frames. How it has to go, and then we'll pop clip it from there. Alright, okay, so I hung it up there as close as I could to the glass, and then I had to line it up with this edge here that sticks out, so that's how you know you're in the right spot. And then this piece here I just had to kind of push down into the glass, and then I followed it along, push that down too. You can feel it move down just a little, you know, but now look, it's hanging there all by its lonesome. Pull these guys out for controls. Okay, make sure you got your harness out for your light. I don't, mine's not going through the hole, it's going through the bottom of the panel, so I gotta fish that through. All right, now we're good there. Now we could put the pop clips back in. Just pretty much push them back in. I should push them back in. All right, there's one there. bottom. Alright, do we get that one? Okay, I broke my clip on the top here, so this one's a little bit loosey-goosey, but it's good otherwise. So I'm just kind of pushing and giving a little strike, make sure all the clips are in. Got one here too. You heard that? I don't know if you heard that clip, but let's see. Okay, so I'm just kind of pushing in on all these places. I already got them to pop. This one I pushed here, and I got another little pop in there, and then we got all along the bottom. Just to double check, but I heard them all. They kind of popped in. Here's a pop, pop noise. And there we go. So let's start putting all the screws back in. Get this switch over. This is the one that went on that door trim, the actuator, where the actuator's at. Ba-bam. All right. I'm just going real easy on it. You can do yours by hand if you want. Don't crank the crap out of them. Remember, it's just a little plastic door stop. So get it snug and maybe just a slight little turn. All right. Take a pause there. All right, next screw. Let's grab our screws. They're falling into the seat. We're gonna put this one back that was in here. Way back in there. Make sure you line it up first. You can do it by hand with the screwdriver and slowly kind of turn it in there. I know mine grabbed, but I've done this like a gajillion times, so I know enough now that I don't worry about it so much. All right, just got it snug. That was the last screw right in there. And then just put the covers back on and everything else. The cover here goes this way. Let me show you. So then this guy has these two edges here that bite, and so does this. So I'm just lining it up and just kind of push it back in. No, like tricks to it. You just make sure you hear the pop. All right, cool. There's that. And then we got our control here. Also our light. So let's just put the light back in. So that just clips right back in. Oh, the light still works. And this has the same deal on it. It's got a little so we plug the light back in. This one has the same little angle on it that kind of is like a wedge that holds it in place. So we're just gonna stuff that in there from the left to the right and just press it in. That's it. It's really something. It goes in there really easy. Let's put our little cover for where the mirror goes. Those two pops just go into those two holes there. Nothing fancy. Line them up and push it in. And that helps keep this piece in place. All right. Last but not least, our control. This goes in one way as well. Push it to here, the clip. And then these guys here and here, and then these two edges here is what keeps it in place. So just line it up with there, the hole there, and the hole there, go to there, and push it in. Ba-bam. Look at that. Our door lock works now. Sweet. All right, another successful install. That's door lock actuator for 08 Lexus. We'll list what are the ones it covers. It should go like 08 to 12, maybe even higher, because the trucks are very much the same, and it should be the same for the Land Cruiser, because the Land Cruiser is pretty much the same vehicle. Alrighty, have a good day.